Right now, you are sitting at your desk, confidently executing the exact same task that you got promoted 3 years ago. You believe that your experience makes you indispensable. You assume that your career will follow a standard linear trajectory until you decide to retire. You are operating under a catastrophic mathematical illusion. Most professionals are unknowingly racing towards a redundancy cliff as generative intelligence aggressively scales. It is no longer enough to simply be good at your job. You must measure your individual human capital index against the current exponential artificial intelligence growth curve. If you do not identify the exact moment your specific skills expire, the global market will do it for you, and it will be completely unforgiving. What is the exact date your career becomes obsolete? By calculating your human capital index against the accelerating curve of AI, we can predict your professional self-life with startling accuracy. Stop guessing your future and start leveraging strategic synthesis to stay ahead of the automation wave before the window definitely closes. Before I break down the brutal mathematics of the redundancy cliff, expose why panic skills is fatal trap, and give you the precise architectural blueprint to isolate your emotional architecture so you can pivot before your current expertise hit zero value, hit the subscribe button and press the notification bell. I post daily videos showing you exactly how to navigate the global labor market using cold, hard engineering logic. You do not want to miss these execution protocols. While everyone else is panic skilling, the elite are aggressively auditing their cognitive ability. To survive 2026, you must isolate the high leverage trait that machines simply cannot replicate. We are benchmarking your specialized skills today to ensure you pivot your career before the algorithm deletes your role. Grab a notebook, it is time to calculate your expiration date. Welcome back, I'm Dr. HR. To understand why my approach to the career longevity and artificial intelligence is aggressively different from the comforting, obsolete advice provided by the traditional career counselors, you must understand my underlying structural architecture. I hold a PhD in Human Resources, a master's from prestigious Tata Institute of Social Sciences, TISS in Mumbai, and a bachelor's in computer engineering. I do not view a career as a romantic journey of personal growth. I view it as a strict mathematical equation of supply, demand, and cognitive relevance. Operating on the ground here in Dubai since 2010, consulting for the Tier 1 corporate entities and sovereign wealth funds, I have witnessed exactly how the highest echelon of the market evaluate human capital in the age of algorithmic dominance. Let us systematically deconstruct this survival protocol through 5 distinct phases: the redundancy cliff, the human capital index calculation, the panic skilling trap, emotional architecture, and strategic synthesis. Phase 1, the redundancy cliff, the fear of irrelevance. We must first diagnose the exact physical danger of the trajectory you are currently on. For the last century, human capital depreciated very slowly. If you learned how to be an accountant, a financial analyst, or a supply chain manager in 1990, the core rules of that profession remain relatively static for 30 years. Your experience compounded linearly. You assumed your career has a half-life of 4 decades. In 2026, that linear assumption is mathematically dead. Artificial intelligence does not grow linearly. It scales exponentially. Large language models and autonomous agents are not just learning how to perform tasks, they are learning how to learn. This creates the redundancy cliff. Imagine you're driving a car at 60 miles per hour on a bridge that you believe spans the entire ocean, but you cannot see that construction of the bridge stopped 3 miles ahead. You are accelerating, optimizing your driving, checking your mirrors, completely unaware that the road simply vanished into the abyss. When generative AI masters the core cognitive function of your role, whether this is drafting legal contracts, auditing financial spreadsheets, or writing functional Python code, your value does not slowly decreases. It drops off a cliff. The day a CEO realizes an enterprise API can perform your 40 hours work week in 400 milliseconds for $30, your historical experience hits a valuation of absolute zero. If your daily output is based on aggregating data, summarizing information, or executing standardized logic, you are already driving off the cliff. You just haven't hit the water yet. Phase 2, the human capital index calculation, the data-driven prediction. If the cliff is real, how do you predict when you will fall? We must execute a brutal, objective calculation. We must measure your human capital index, HCI, against the AI growth curve. Historically, macroeconomists at institutions like World Bank use the human capital index to measure health, education, and survival rate of a nation's workforce. In the 2026 microeconomy, the apex operator must apply a modified HCI directly to their own cognitive output. Your personal HCI is the quantifiable sum of your proprietary knowledge, your execution speed, and your automatable friction. To find your expiration date, you must audit your biological bandwidth. Take out a piece of paper and write down the exact task you perform over 40 hours work week. Be utterly unsentimental. If you spend 15 hours formatting reports, 10 hours summarizing meetings, 10 hours writing standard emails, 5 hours physically negotiating with the client, you must map those hours against the capability of an AI agent. Reports, summaries, and standard emails are 100% autonomable today. That means 35 out of your 40 hours, 87.5% of your professional output, is currently sitting below the algorithmic waterline. Your personal human capital index is critically low because your tasks are not proprietary, they are computational. If 80% or more of your job relies on computational processing rather than complex human-to-human friction, your career self-life is less than 18 months. You're not gaining experience at your desk, you're simply waiting for the enterprise software license to be renewed. Stop guessing your future. Run the mathematics. If the machine can do it, the machine will do it. You must extract your identity from automatable tasks before the market does it for you. Phase 3, the panic skilling trap, the contrarian edge. Once a professional runs their HCI calculation and realizes their impending obsolescence, their biological response is extreme fear. This fear forces them into the most dangerous, counterproductive behavior in the modern economy. Panic skilling is a frantic, uncoordinated attempt to learn whatever technical buzzword is currently trending on LinkedIn. The accountant realizes AI is doing their job, so they spend their weekends taking a basic Python course. The copywriter realizes LLMs are writing their marketing copy, so they buy a $500 course to become a certified prompt engineer. This is a massive strategic failure. When you panic skill, you're treating a fatal systematic disease with a temporary bandage. You're attempting to compete with the machine on its own term. If you try to learn basic Python today, you're competing against an AI model that was trained on every single line of code ever written in human history. You cannot out-type that. Furthermore, prompt engineering is a dying field. As models become more context-aware, they will no longer require a human to manually trick them into producing good output. The interface will become seamless, while the amateurs are panic skilling. The elite operators are auditing their cognitive ability. While the amateurs are panic skilling, the elite operators are auditing their cognitive agility. Is not the ability to learn a new software interface, it is the ability to entirely detach your personal value from the software itself. It is the ability to look at the shifting macroeconomic patterns, identify where the human friction lies, and rapidly reposition your entire intellectual framework to occupy that friction point. Do not run towards the center of the technology. Run towards the edge of the human complexity where the technology fundamentally breaks down. Phase 4, emotional architecture, the Un-Replicable Moat. If you abandon raw computational and the technical panic scaling, what is the ultimate recession-proof asset in the economy dominated by supercomputers? To survive 2026, you must isolate your emotional architecture. Amateurs hear the word emotion and they think of soft skilling, sympathy, and corporate team-building retreats. This is a fundamental misunderstanding of the concept. In the high-stakes boardroom, emotional architecture is the hard, unsentimental engineering of the human irrationality. It encompasses the high-leverage trait that machines simply cannot replicate. An artificial intelligence agent is a statistical probability engine. It requires clean historical data to make a logical decision. It expects the world to operate rationally. But the apex operator knows that high-stakes corporate decisions are almost never rational. They are driven by ego, fear, political alliance, and unstated debt obligations and psychological leverage. Imagine a massive $500 million merger between two logistics firms in Dubai. AI can process the financial due diligence in 3 seconds. It can highlight the exact synergies, but when the two CEOs sit across the table from each other, and one CEO suddenly balks at the deal because his ego cannot hold in giving up the chairman title, The AI is completely paralyzed. The algorithms cannot look the CEO in the eye and read the subtle shift in his post, diagnose the unspoken ego threat, and construct a face-saving diplomatic narrative that bridges the psychological gap to save the deal. Your emotional architecture is your ability to navigate the extreme, undocumented ambiguity. It is your ability to step into a room where the data is flawed, the humans are lying, and the stakes are massive, and still execute a profitable outcome. An algorithm can optimize a supply chain, but it cannot physically sit across the furious union leader and negotiate a strike. It cannot convince a terrified board of directors to pivot their legacy business model. When you prioritize your emotional architecture, you build an unreplicable moat. You stop competing on math and you start dominating on human leverage. Phase 5, strategic synthesis, pivoting before zero value. You have calculated your redundancy cliff. You have rejected panic scaling. You have isolated your emotional architecture. The final step is executing the physical pivot. You must deploy the strategic synthesis. You cannot simply quit your job tomorrow and declare yourself a negotiator. You must systematically synthesize your legacy technical knowledge with your new high-leverage architecture. You must pivot your career before your current expertise hit zero value. Let us use the example of a traditional senior HR manager. This individual realizes that Oracle SCM and automated AI agent are going to completely eradicate their administrative role within 18 months. The human capital index calculation proves they are standing on the edge of the cliff. They execute a strategic synthesis. They take their deep underlying knowledge of employment law and corporate structure, their legacy expertise, and they synthesize it with adversarial thinking and emotional architecture. They stop managing vacation schedule and they transition into a change management architect. When the CEO decides to deploy a massive new AI system that will displace the 40% of the workforce, the AI cannot manage the fallout. The AI cannot prevent the inevitable sabotage from the terrified middle managers. The AI cannot structure the severance protocol to avoid massive PR disaster and class action lawsuits. The change management architect steps in. They use their emotional architecture to manage the psychological panic of the executive team. They use their legacy knowledge to engineer the legal restructuring. They become the essential, high-friction human node that allows the company to survive its own technological upgrade. They pivoted the expertise right before it hits zero, transferring it into a premium autonomous asset. Look closely at the trajectory of your own career. If you are comfortable, you are vulnerable. If you're doing exactly what you did 3 years ago, the algorithms will already calculating how to replace you. The redundancy cliff is not a theoretical warning, it is a mathematical certainty approaching at exponential speed. Stop hoping that the company will protect you. Stop attempting to panic skill your way into competing with the supercomputer. Measure your human capital index today. Identify the exact percentage of your output that is algorithmic. Isolate your emotional architecture, stop aggregating data, and start navigating the irrational human friction that machine cannot touch. Predict your obsolescence, execute your strategic synthesis, and pivot before the window closes forever. Process the data, execute the strategy, and I'll see you at the top.